show as always. Hey everyone, just in case I didn't record, welcome to another live show. As always, my name is Jay. I don't know when it actually starts recording, so let's just say it's twice. Worst comes to worst. It's okay. Can't really be edited. And I'm going to try out my live show again, starting right now. For those, I apologize for not really warning anybody. I decided to do it a couple minutes ago. Figured I posted on Facebook. And I'll start my... I should probably turn off that sound. Yep. So I decided to just do it a few minutes ago, and I will be doing it to probably 10:30 tonight. I think it's like Friday Night Live with Jay. And I just realized I picked like the worst shirt to wear. Not I respect that. I love the I respect that t-shirt, but perfectly like matching my background, but it's okay. So all's good there. Tori Ling says, "Hi Jay." I say, "Hello, Tori Ling." Yeah. Let me know if is any problems with the audio or the video. It looks okay. Let me see if I can hear it for a second. It's okay. So all's good there. Yep, sounds good. Not much of a delay. That's good. So, hey, Tori Ling. Welcome to the show. It's gonna be a lot of fun tonight. I'm just gonna do this for about an hour, probably 55 minutes till 10:30. It's been a long day, a lot of work, and I just came home from a Christmas party, my wife's Christmas party for her work. So that was fun too. I have another Christmas party tomorrow. It's that time of year, holiday parties. So, Tori, how's it going? What's new and exciting, Mr. Tori Ling? Or Miss Tori Ling. Guess it could be a name. Yeah. Yeah. Tori Ling could either be both. That's true. Oops. I should get back to my show. It's going to be probably a little boring for a few minutes until people start jumping in, because then there'll be more discussion. Because right now there's only currently 2 viewers, apparently, or maybe even 1. It might just be me. That's cool. Tori Ling is into D&D. That's all good stuff. Good stuff there. Yeah. I have a few friends that really like D&D, or specifically Pathfinder. Some people like to differentiate the two. But I have several friends that are really into Pathfinder. Yeah. So let's see. That's why I'm in a new office, so I'm just testing out to see if the Wi-Fi is strong enough in this room. I think it is. I think it'll be strong enough for me to continue on the live shows. That'll be good. Let's see how many people join. It's a Friday night, so maybe people will be busy. Yeah. Excellent. Still have great nights. That's the important part. Great nights are awesome. By far one of my favorite armies to play. By far. They're fun. Yeah. Yeah. This year I've done a bit of Grey Knight painting. I'm glad I got my Dread Knights painted up over the last year. They were one of my favorite models that I've painted in a long time. Yeah. Actually, this week's painting tutorial in the Warp was actually one of my favorite models ever. It was a Stormwall for the Signar faction of War Machine. And it was a lot of fun to paint up as well. I had a lot of fun just doing a lot of airbrushing on it. Zenslav says, hello. Hello, Zenslav. Swinging by for a few seconds at least. Thank you very much for swinging by. Just started them myself and rather enjoying them. Excellent. It's 3:40, so I won't stay for very long. No problem. I don't blame you. It's only 9:30 here. I'm guessing you're somewhere in Europe. Britain or Europe would be this time of year. That time. Heron Hemato Personal says, "Hey Jay, hello." Swinging, no problem. I understood. I just had to look for it for a second. I was like, swining. Okay. No problem at all. Sweden. Oh, yeah. That's cool. Yeah, one day I'd really love to travel. Europe, Britain and Europe, I'd really love to do. I've backpacked Scotland many years ago. I backpacked pretty much the entire country of Scotland. It was a lot of fun. And I've always wanted to hit other European, Europe, France. Sweden would be really cool. Some areas of Germany. Yeah, that's cool. It's a really late night show there. So I will eventually choose different times. I'm thinking for live shows, maybe alternate them around so that people in certain countries will have access one week and not as good at, kind of alternating the countries. Because I know, like right now, if you're in Europe, it's really early in the morning. In Australia, it's midday, or it'd be in the morning as well, but like later in the morning, obviously, to a point where it's actually reasonable to watch. And in Canada, it's 9:40. At least where I am. But Sweden is like going to Canada. Everything will be the same. Yeah, I know you guys are huge on hockey. The Toronto Maple Leafs had their captain was from Sweden for many years. Matt Sundin. Same climate, different language. Even your ambassador said so on TV how much alike they are. Yeah, I can see that. That's the thing. People, other than the sheer size of Canada, a lot of people tend to relate certain areas to just certain areas of Europe because Canada is founded by certain areas of Europe, right? And a lot of the culture is defined from certain areas of Europe. So, the east coast of Canada, people tend to relate to like Ireland, Scotland, all the Celtic countries. Yeah. And like Toronto, it's a huge melting pot of cultures. Do you have his autograph, Stanislav? Awesome. Yeah, Matt Sundin. That guy he was a legend here. People loved him when he was captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs for many years. Tori Ling, 6:40 p.m. here on Friday night where I am. Excellent. So Tori Ling is on the east coast of North America, or so the west coast of North America. So right in line with California kind of thing. That's that time zone. California, Los Angeles, BC, Seattle. McDonald's. Gotta love it. Yeah. Thomas M., have you picked up Betrayal of Kelth, Jay, or do you have any plans to? Yeah, no, I have not picked it up yet, but yes, I do have plans to. My only debate is I'm thinking maybe I want to pick up 2 copies and paint up the entire group of them as one faction, like one box, one faction, one box, the other box, a different faction, like a Betrayer Legion, a Betrayer Legion, and Good Guy Legion. Yeah, I'm interested. I'm seeing right now whether or not people in my meta really want to play 30K, because Betrayal of Kelth seems like a really good game, and 30K is a really interesting game itself. The only downside is it is really hard to get Forge World stuff. It's expensive here because the shipping's expensive, then you hit with duty, and right now the Canadian dollar is extremely weak relative to the British pound. It's like $1 Canadian is like it's like 50 pence. So yeah. Probably not get 20 centimeters of snow today, at least. How do you like that you have turned into a meme? Thanks to Dave, the whole Rolling Ones. That's actually really cool. And there's a reason behind that. And I'll talk about that if you want. The reason being is I actually was in the process months ago when I visited Miniwargaming of getting custom dice made. And I still am. I'm going to do it again. I didn't have the funds at the time. So I'm probably going to do it in January or February. I definitely want to have them done before I go to Adepticon this year. And I want they're going to be Crazy Eyes dice. And on the ones will be the eyes. And that's actually why, and Dave knows about this, and that's why Dave says, hey, Jay, every time he rolls double ones, because when I get my dice made, I'm going to send some to him for sure. I have some of his Mark of Dave dice. It'll be, Crazy Eyes instead of Snake Eyes. Cosmic Soybean says, hey, Jay, I'm building a Siege Death Corps of Krieg army. Very cool stuff. I love the horses. I know you dislike the gunline style armies, namely Tau. What are your thoughts on the Death Corps? No, I love the Death Corps of Krieg. I don't hate Tau Gunline. I just feel that the play style can be boring if it's played in a specific fashion that certain power gamers will play in, and certain people in my meta will play that way. And since I've done my review, people have already messaged me several times saying that they face people in this local area as well as in other areas that play that specific line. And as I said, it was a boring game. But there's nothing wrong with Tau. And as far as that goes, I really do like Astra Militarum gun lines. I don't find they're as boring because they're quite vulnerable to assault. You know? And there's still an assault phase with Death Course of Creek. In fact, there's even some pretty fun assaulty units in it. My issue with Tau was that if you play the really cheesy gunline list, your opponent will never be able to assault you because they're so powerful Overwatch that it'll just never happen, you know? Thomas says, I should make a custom action figure. Cool stuff too. Maybe in the future. That'd be kind of cool. Or maybe like one day, like what Matt and Dave did, got themselves a customly sculpted model of themselves. That was just the face, but it was really cool that the way they put them on Space Marines. Nina Plug says, LOL, this is just what I wanted. I click on the video and immediately I load into Tau hate. No Tau hate. As I said, maybe I came across too strong, but that was what my thoughts were when I wrote my codex. I'd like to do my codices. My codex reviews, I try to be as honest as possible while still trying to maintain some positivity. But I just, knowing in my head, and I've actually seen I've seen games since the Tau Codex came out that if you play a specific style, you just leaf blow your opponent off the table, and it doesn't lead to the most fun games. That's it. But that doesn't mean the Tau Codex is not fun. There's certain combinations that are going to be a lot of fun. Just there's a couple mono builds that I think are going to be very dominant, and they're going to be, yeah. Been that kind of week, apparently. Yeah. Hi, OJ. Hey, Brent. How's it going, man? Happy birthday. It was Brent's birthday, so happy birthday, Brent. And I know Mr. Brent is going to be watching Star Wars in a week. Or no, 2 weeks. 2 weeks, sorry. Long live Jar Jar. Sounds like something you'd say. Cameron, what do you think about running min squads of Tau Breachers and Devilfish? I thought it could be fun. It gets far away from the gun line and puts a bunch of shotguns in your face. It'd be fun, exactly. That's a great idea, Cameron. It'd be fun. And as I said, I don't mean to hate on the Tau. I know my Codex review the part 1 came off as harsh, but I believe what I said was true, and that's just it. I thought that they're still going to be competitive. They have a great fluff. Just certain games, like there was a game recently with Miniwargaming that it was a very strong Tau list versus a very strong Eldar, and the Tau player just blew the Eldar player out of the water. It's hard to get motivated to do anything with your models when the internet is really hates your army, I found. In a plug. That's true. That happens a lot with Eldar players, I found. But yeah, I don't mean, as I said, I don't mean to hate on Tau. Tau have some great builds that can be a lot of fun, and they're actually one of my favorite armies fluff-wise. I like the scientific, utilitarian nature of them. It's really just cool. Heron says, Zenslov, that was my Eldar after their decks came out. It gets better. It does. And that's the thing. People bounce between hates. And the thing is, to be fair, I honestly don't have any residual anger. I will play a Tau. In fact, I will be playing against a Tau player. I was supposed to play him against this week, but it got pushed back. But I look forward to facing the Tau. In fact, I would love to face the Tau with a similar army that I faced with them before, see how they've changed. That's what I love doing. But no, and I'll gladly play against Eldar. You know, it's a really weird coincidence that I don't have many Eldar battle reports or Tau, but I at no point pick or choose my opponents based on whatever armies they play. It's just whatever my opponents want to play, you know, and only one of my typical opponents plays Tau. None of them play Eldar. Dave, my opponent Dave that constantly plays against me, plays Tau. And I look forward to playing against him. Tori Ling says, Jar Jar is a Force user. He's going to be an awesome Sith. Yeah, that's what I said to Brent. No, but I felt like the Tau player even before the Codex came out. That's fine, yeah. Honestly, it depends on the player. Some guys just want to win. Some guys just want to enjoy the game. The latter are the ones I love playing with because they can get creative with their lists. Exactly, Thomas. That's exactly what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. And like even so, like there are like whenever I go to a tournament and I see Tyranid players, I'm like, wow, look at your list. You know, 4 Flying Hive Tyrants. It's crazy, you know. I know I've played power lists in tournaments, but my style, anybody who's played against me has always had fun. I've actually won best sport at some of the biggest tournaments in Canada playing power lists because I don't play them in a powerless style, and I have a great time doing it. And I don't win a lot. I play for fun. And I want a Grot tanks. I want to do an all Grot tank army when tournament coming up. I want to build the 8. Thanks, Jay. I've been well. Yes. Just wrapping up the semester and starting Imperial Guard army. Cool. Excellent stuff, Brent. Zenislav, I want to build the 8. I really want that gang going. Yeah, that'd be cool. I hate GW more than anything. I think the hate is all their fault. Yeah. Well, the thing is, all right, there used to be a sense of balance in the codices, or a relative sense of balance, and since then it's kind of gone out the window, especially in 7th edition, where certain 7th edition codices are obviously weak. You know, like the Orc Codex was really, really weak when it came out, and it's still incredibly weak, versus the Tau, Eldar, Necrons, and Space Marines, which are very strong. I'm really just hoping for armies like Sisters of Battle to get a Codex, and I'm hoping that it's... I wouldn't even care if it's the most powerful thing ever, because they're probably going to forget about the Sisters of Battle then for many years to come, and then the other codices will catch up. But I just pray that they get a Codex. But Tau are annoying, and I stand with Dave in the anti-Tau cult. Yeah. Hi, all. Hi, Demon Jester. Why would you have such hate for GW? Why would you have? I don't have such hate for GW. Stanislav, if you're talking to me, I was reading a comment by a comment I read earlier. Yeah, it wasn't me. I was reading a comment. I don't hate GW, but I do think it's obviously it is their fault, right? Because they create the rules. But I'm not a GW hater. I like Necrons. Demon Jester, Jay, that's cool. Necrons are cool. Hey, Jay, first-time viewer from UK. Thought I'd drop in. Excellent, Plastic Sturgeon. Welcome to the show. Nina Plug says, I miss the days when JSJ and Fish of Fury. I miss Fish of Fury. That was so funny of a tactic. I loved it. Back in 4th edition, it was amazing. Were the worst things people could complain about. Yeah. Isn't the SOB Codex newer than the current Chaos one? No. It was an update. It really wasn't. Yes, it is. Technically, it is newer. I do agree. It is newer in the sense that they kind of got a White Dwarf update in 6th, I think, maybe 5th. Chaos are the earliest 6th edition codex. Yeah. It's a long story, but making me feel just like I can't play my army is one of the reasons. Yeah, here's the thing. Through my codex reviews, I try to come off as honest as possible because people kept accusing me of sugarcoating it, and I try to come off as a positive spin on honesty. But honest, 100% honesty, I will play against any army any day. Now, for my battle reports, I do like knowing my opponent's army, not the models, just what army they're bringing, so that I can bring a balanced game to the table. You know, I don't list tailor or anything like that, but I know if my opponent, for example, is bringing an army that's an easy counter to mine, I won't bring it because it leads to a boring battle report of my opponent just destroying me. Sometimes we'll bring our armies to the table and we'll realize, oops, it's going to be a fun lopsided game, but that happens, you know? But like I will intentionally not bring Tyranids against Tau because all it will be is the Tau player blowing the Tyranids out of the water turn 1. I filmed a battle report a while ago for Miniwargaming that I was playing Tyranids against Tau, and I started a relatively strong Tyranid army, and it got blown out of the water top of 2. I was pretty much done. because just the fact that they can ignore cover. So the first thing they do is shoot the Venom Thropes, kill the Venom Thropes, and then they remove the cover, and then you just die. And the fact that they can like Overwatch at pretty much full ballistic skill because of marker lights is pretty crazy. Mike Grove is starting up Nurgle. Excellent. I'm happy for Mike. He's a good guy. Plus, he has a lot of points of orcs. He's 8,000 points of orcs. I think I have about the same myself. I'm glad that he's starting up a new army because it gives him, a new something new to start. I'm just hoping that Nurgle doesn't get a new codex immediately then, because then he'll have to get new rules and stuff. But it'll be okay. Or maybe it'll be good for him if they get a new codex immediately, because then he can have a more up-to-date codex. Yeah, there's a digital-only Sisters of Battle codex. Yeah, I completely agree, Nina Plug. I would love Sisters of Battle. If they created plastic kits, they'd be amazing. Plastic kits that aren't just direct store only from GW would save the army completely. Because they're a good-looking army. They look great. They have an interesting fluff. Nuns with the guns, man. Aaron Hammer says, I actually feel that since the Necron decks came out, they have been balancing for the Decurion style detachments and not looking at how it will function in CADs. I agree, other than until recently with White Scars. White Scars was designed to be a CAD army until the more recent updates that they got for formations. But I do agree with that relatively, yes. Yes. Because you couldn't run, when the Codex first came out, you couldn't run White Scars outside of a CAD, pretty much, unless you wanted to run like non-bike White Scars. Cameron, I have a guy in my meta that runs the Rhino spam list, and it's ridiculous. It's a total pure fun list, but it has managed to win 10 of 11 games. The one loss was to my Imperial Knights. Are you talking about, by Rhino spam, are you talking about a full battle company and they all get Rhinos for free? If so, that's pretty nasty. As well as you could do Razorbacks. Yeah, upgrade them all to las cannons. Imperial Knights are fun. I had a great time playing my Imperial Knights at the tournament. Yeah, 2 draws and a win, but I had so much fun playing them. I love playing them. I'm going to definitely play them again in a tournament. But unfortunately, most tournaments ban Imperial Knights, or at least the army. You can bring one knight. Yeah, and the digital codex only makes it hard for some people to even play them. Some stores won't allow people to use digital content at all because they didn't buy it from the store. Yeah, I've heard that actually, Nina Plug, or 9 Plug. Well, 10 so Sisters Battle will cost you an arm and a leg to begin with. So, yep, because they're metal. Yeah, I remember the battle report, I think. Do you think the Star Wars X-Wing miniature, what do you think? Do I play it? Yes, I used to. But then I moved away. There were only 1 or 2 players in my old meta that used to play it. I played it with them. I still have a bunch of models. I just don't play it, unfortunately. But it's an interesting game, and I think it's a really cool way it's a great bridge game between other nerds and wargamers. Because Star Wars has such a huge, huge following that it's a great way, same with Star Trek, it's a great way to bridge those people who are interested in one thing into wargaming. You don't need to paint the models. The movements are very easy to do. It's a very straightforward game to play. Yeah, I think it's cool. And I very much prefer X-Wing over Attack Wing. Attack Wing didn't make much sense. The Rise fan list sounds like something I do with my salamanders. Yeah, it's really nasty with salamanders or iron or Imperial Fists, I find. Even with White Scars, it can be pretty nasty because then your entire army has Scout. Demon Jester J says, before I fire, I had 8,000 points of Orc Army and 9,000 points of Necrons, maybe 4,000 points of Smurfs. I now am trying to get back into the hobby. Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that, Demon Jester. I've heard that before, unfortunately. I had a friend whose army got stolen. I had one friend's army got burned. Yeah, it really sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. They need a Jar Jar ship. Brent. He's a Sith Lord. Yes, he could have a Sith Lordship. Yeah, it's a fun game. Speaking of which, Jar Jar, I don't know if you heard about this, Brent, but in a recent interview, George Lucas actually stated that Jar Jar is not only his favorite character, that if he had to be one character specifically in Star Wars, he'd pick Jar Jar. Yeah, it's a fun game. Just got into it. Been seeing content on mini wargaming sites. Yep, they do. So they do cover it a bit. It's not going to get them a lot of coverage anymore, I think. But yeah, they do some great coverage of it. Yeah, Jay, first time I've caught a live show. 3 a.m. in England over here. Yep, tabletop banter. As I said, I did say this earlier in the show. I intend on doing live shows at times throughout the day in the long term. Like, I know this one is at 9:30, 10 o'clock my time, but in the future, I'm going to do it at like 1 p.m. my time, which will put at 7 p.m. In England and in like Europe. So that way you guys can and girls can watch at a reasonable time. And I'll just alternate with live shows. That way each country can kind of get access more often. You know, I when I worked at Miniwargamer, I did a live show, and it was terrible for certain countries. Like, I never got any British viewers or European viewers, but I was extremely popular. I was the only one being watched basically in Australia, New Zealand, because I was the only one on their normal time. Ouch, demon. Sorry, yeah, it's the 2 demi companies with White Scar Tactics, and man, I threw 4 of my armies. I couldn't destroy enough rhinos. Yeah, it's crazy, and they get objective secured, right? Ouch, demon. Yeah. Hello from Scotland. I'm a very big fan. I was wondering if you were ever going to play 30K. Yes, James. By the way, 2 things. I talked about this earlier. I've actually backpacked Scotland. It's the only pretty much other country I've ever really visited, other than a couple times the States. Beautiful country, and yes, I am actually very much considering getting into 30K. I just want to measure my meta right now and see how many people would be interested. I'd even be willing to paint up a couple armies myself and play with other people, but it doesn't seem like a lot of the people I do battle reports with are interested in 30K, so I'll have to wait and see. I'm thinking I might buy 2 of the Betrayal of Calth sets and then paint one set as a Betrayer Legion and one as a non-Betrayer Legion. But it looks like a very interesting game. Jay Rat says, excuse me while I'm listening while I'm playing WoW. No problem. That's fun. Jacob 84 says, Jay, from a non-player perspective, following 40K over a year now, I get the feeling the rules for 40K are getting more unbalanced over time. Now my question, yes, that's a fair statement. They're kind of getting to that point where if everyone's, it's kind of that saying from the old movie The Incredibles from Disney Pixar. If everyone is super, no one's super. And that's how they're kind of doing it. Every army lately has been crazy, so they're going to eventually all be crazy. You know, it used to be everyone was more balanced here. Now everyone might be over, like, up here. Do you think there's going to be a point in the community when the really competitive players start using a different rule sets? Or do you think that there are other games for these competitive players? The other games would be War Machine. The most frequent game that the competitive players leave for is War Machine and Hordes, because there's a very, very strict set of rules for War Machine and Hordes. And it's a very competitive, non-forgiving, extremely general-based game. Like, general-based is in you want to be the commander of your army. And if your opponent makes one little mistake, you can end the game in seconds if your opponent makes a mistake. I've played and I've won and lost games by the littlest mistakes. And if your opponent can take advantage of them, it's game over instantly. Yeah. But the thing is, though, you may not notice this. It's actually already happened. Many of the big tournament scenes, like ITC, International Tournament Circuit, I believe it's called, or Championship, I don't know what it's called, ITC, they actually set their own rules. And most big tournaments, for example, they set limits on certain models. They do play by certain rules. They vote on some of the rules. They FAQ themselves, essentially. So it's already happened where the many competitive players will already be playing by a different rule set, because if they play by this ITC rule set, it might be actually different from the fun rule set that people anticipate from GW. Whoa, I missed some stuff. Yep. Heron already said that. Heron just said the same thing I said. The best and brightest support, Jar Jar. This is Brent. And then Heron Hammerant Says Jacob, there's already a little bit of that. The ITC format kind of does that. Exactly. Also, question: why don't you run transports for Marines? I don't have any. I gotta paint some up. I love. I don't know. Maybe it's my style. Like I'm an orc player that doesn't like trucks, that doesn't run with trucks at least. I gotta paint some up. I have some that I will be definitely using in the future. I should. I really should. I really want to do the Double Debbie Company list and have some fun. But they're expensive. That's the thing with transports. The amount of points per dollar is so low. You know, it's like a 35-point model is $45 Canadian. It's hard to get, you know. Okay, how much do they change the rules to the existing? Slightly. What 30K factions, Jay? I've just started my Emperor's Children army. I'm so excited. I was thinking Emperor's Children would be really cool. That's one of the ones I'm considering. Alpha Legion would be really cool too. And then for the good side, I don't know, because I already have Imperial Fists. I haven't decided on that one yet. I haven't decided on the good guys. But I'm really thinking either Alpha or Imperial. Even Emperor's Children is one of the ones I was considering. Very cool stuff. Even Just Jay. When I interviewed Miniwargaming Dave 3 years ago, I told him, and this sucks, I lost my stuff again in another fire. I have worse luck. It happened again? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Demon Jester Jay. You're having no luck. They don't really change rules much, but they maintain an active FAQ and limitation format and custom missions. Yes. Well, they do. Right now, there was a very controversial voting that just happened for the ITC, and it was voting on the Tau. And the best part about this vote was it literally voted, like the final results were like 53-47%. 53% voted to limit the powers of the combined fire for Tau. You know, because they all fire like a single squad. And 47% voted to maintain it. So, like, they're going with the more conservative opinion on it, basically. I just started to play that, and it is cheaper too. Yep. Circuit. Also, thanks for your work for the community. Thank you very much. Thanks for the explanation. No problem, Jacob. 84. Lynn Savigna says Kelth box was super amazing, so I want like way more GW made 30Ks. Yes, completely agree. If my only reservation for playing 30K is Forge World, it is not cheap or easy to get in Canada, right? We don't have a Forge World store, you know, and it's really expensive because the Canadian dollar is extremely weak to the British pound. Cameron Pinkard says apparently Disney will be its Slave Leia merchandise. Will be banning its Slave Leia merchandise. Oh, I can see that, unfortunately, because that's the biggest problem that happens when companies when these big movies trade hands between companies, is that each company has its own different standards, and Disney is a kids focused company, right? Everything they do is focused at kids. So obviously, it's one of those things that unfortunately happens. But I can see that. Okay, I will Google the ITC rule set for now. Excellent. Let me know what you think. This is true. I died when I bought my drop pods. Yeah. Plus, drop pods are really annoying to build. I'm going to say that. Anyone playing the iOS game Warhammer 40K Free Blades? No. It looks cool, though. Thomas M. If I do 30K, probably will stick with Salamanders. I love their fluff. Yeah, they're a really cool faction. In fact, that's one of the ones I'm considering. And the fact that they are more Heroic Legion chapter next to Wolves. Yep. Very good stuff. I completely agree. Salamanders, when I was debating, the two armies I was debating between for my Vanilla Marines were Salamanders and Imperial Fists. I went with Imperial Fists in the end because my favorite character for Space Marines is Lysander. I really wanted to use him. Lynn, there's a rumor that they are going the way next year. Oh, cool. Thousand Suns. That'd be cool. I recently went to a 40K tournament and came first with my Tau. Excellent, James. Riptide spam and broadside spam. And I'm thinking of getting a Storm Surge. Do you rate it? That's really strong. Storm Surges are cool. Most tournaments in my area will limit them to 1 Storm Surge per army, but they're nasty. That sounds like a nasty list. And I understand why, if you played it well, you win a tournament with it. Mm-hmm. Good stuff. But congratulations on the tournament. That's good stuff. And but the thing is, what kind of annoys me is that I find in 40K tournaments that people really limit the respect on an army to like the models you bring. So what I'm trying to say is, like, let's say like James just won an army playing Tau. I think James deserves to win that tournament. I don't care that he played Tau, but a lot of people have that really, what I'm saying? I don't know if you face this, James, when you say, I won with Tau, and they're like, oh yeah, that's why. But it still takes a lot to win a tournament. Even if you play Tau, Eldar, Space Marines, Necrons, you still have to win the tournament. So I'd highly respect the people who win the tournaments. I agree, Aaron. Thousand Suns really need some love. I agree. They really do. AP3 Boulders? Awesome. They just need some points drops. Neither does America. Plus, I really hate working with resin. Yeah. Hey, hate resin. Yeah. There are some picks already. There are picks already. Picks from the next book, and it's Thousand Suns, Wolves, and Dark Angels. Cool. So on the painting modeling, oops, I don't know what just happened. So on the painting modeling side of things, have you ever looked into the static grass tray thing? I linked you on Facebook, Jay. Yes. Justin Surratt, yeah. J.A. Rat, totally. It was called the Flack. What was it called? Flack? It had the word flack. Flock? What was it? Flockbox. Yeah, the Flockbox. Totally. I loved it. And I've actually tried to order it on Amazon, and I couldn't. So one day I just got to remind myself and order it. But the Flockbox is actually really cool. I'm going to buy the new Flockbox, though. I think it's called like Flockbox 2.0. It's the larger one. I really prefer that one to the smaller one. But thank you very much for bringing it to my attention, Justin. Very much so. James, is anyone looking forward to Warhammer Total War? Maybe. No, burn that game. The price differences are quite hard. I do a lot of sim racing, and companies selling equipment start to differ their prices to regions. Yep. So the price depends on from what country you're ordering. Yeah, that's true. Very true. Demon Jester J. It's like my life needs 6s to win, and I got 1s. Stuff happens. I know, Demon Jester J. I feel for you, man. That really sucks. I have to pay for DLC for Chaos? Screw that. You have to pay for DLC. You have to pay for Chaos? Not a big fan of that. Definitely. Mm-hmm. I'm late to the show. Your shirt says you respect that. All good. Yes, Grove and Groove. Groove and Grove. Grove and Grove. Mike, congratulations. I hear you're starting a Nurgle army. Welcome, Groven. Groven Grove is the man here. Yeah. With his 8,000 point orc army. Yeah, if you pre-order Total War, or you can then play as a Chaos campaign. Oh, it's kind of annoying. Yeah. But no, I definitely want to check out the Flockbox. It was really cool. I really love the video from Beasts of War with the Flockbox. The guy like shocked himself. I know I'm totally going to be that guy. For those of you who don't know, there's a really cool device called a Flockbox where you use magnetic currents to basically stick your model upside down with glue, and then it tracks the flock vertically so that all the grass is perfectly fitting naturally straight up instantly. The only downside, though, is if you touch the part that is up here above the base, you shock yourself. Empire of the Way. 8,000 points, no upgrades. Actually counted it this afternoon. Ouch. I think I have about the same. I know we have a lot more bigger models. And what I really love about Grove and Grove and my friend Cody Rue, the two of them are like the orc masters of custom building your own models. And I really love that. I've never been the biggest scratch builder, and the two of them have so many models that they built themselves. And what I love about these orc armies is that they're very personal, and they're they're unlike any other one. By checking out Grove and Grove's models, you see so many models in there that no one else will have because he made them himself. His war boss is like ginormous. Oh, sorry, it was the one he made for Cody Rue. Huge. Yeah. Indeed it is. Sir nods, yep. Have you heard that GW will return specialty games? Any thoughts? Yes. I'm happy. I'm really happy about that. It more variety out there, and like Necromunda, what was it called? Space Hulk would be awesome. Totally. Or even the more specialty games, like even if they brought back, what was it called? Cities of Death. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm losing these. Whatever it's called. You know what I'm talking about. I think it's cool. I'm very happy that they're doing that. Plastic Surgeon says, really liking how easy going your show is. And there's not a nice audience. A lot of live stream shows have loads of bitchy people. Yeah, honestly, I've always had the theory that YouTubers attract like-minded people, right? Makes sense, because people who very much disagree with what I say wouldn't like me and wouldn't, keep watching my channel. So I find that since I'm pretty easygoing, a lot of my viewers are easygoing because, my stuff attracts like-minded people. The new Archeon model is stunning. I completely agree. You can't argue. GW makes amazing-looking models, especially their stuff for Age of Sigmar. I find / Warhammer Fantasy. Beautiful models. I loved all those the End Times models, all the big guys. They were all really nice to look on. Mm-hmm. Demon Jester J. Flockbox uses static charge, no magnets. No, what I saw was, it had electric charge. I thought it was electrostatic. Like it had electric things that you put up here and like above the model, and it attracted it. Was I incorrect? Maybe I just missaid it, but it had electricity, like on these two little things. You hold it above the model. Tile-based game. Yeah, Cities of Death. Yeah. Maybe it's a very small community, but at this point, I only received helpful, respectful answers. Yeah. MSD 10 So how are the models I sent you? Excellent. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that you sent me to them. I painted one for a tutorial for the warp, and I haven't decided what I want to do for the other one. I really should send you a review of your model. I actually took some pictures of it. I should send you a review of what I thought, and I really loved the look of the Signar one, the caster. Mm-hmm. Kickstarter, but $200 not worth. Yeah. Kickstarter, Laster Terrain Co. has 4 days to go. Anyone backing this? No, I've not heard of this, actually. I just actually supported a Kickstarter the other day. It was for Scale 75 Smog Riders, the Chibi miniatures. They were doing a new line of them in vehicles, and I supported and bought one of them. Well, let me see. Kickstarter.com, and it's for Laster Terrain Co. What's this? By the way, just to let you know, people, I'm going to end at 10:30 tonight, just for a few reasons. I have to go do some stuff afterwards, and so it'll end about 12 minutes, but it's okay. We've had a good time, and I'm definitely going to do this live show again. It didn't find it. Let me try. Oh, Laser Train Co. There we go. Interesting. I should check that out. Yeah. Look, some stuff. Definitely Infinity-esque terrain. Mm-hmm. Just like the game itself. Yeah, I know what you mean. Lynn, Jay, totally missed you, Gen Con. I'll be back next year. It was extremely awesome. Wanted to personally thank you for your painting tutorials. Without them, I would never have had the courage to try painting your own. Thank you very much. No problem. Thank you so much for the compliment, Lynn, and I hope to see you next year. I'm definitely trying to go back to Gen Con again next year. I'll be at the Badger booth again for sure. Yeah, 8th all the way. Jay, would you be able to set reminders for future live shows so people in UK can know when you are on? Yes. My goal is in the future, I'm going to put it on Facebook, and I believe I can set a reminder on YouTube as well so that you can see it well in advance. Once I set a time on a date, and you know, like I know I'm going to do it on a Monday at like noon my time, I'll set it as early as possible so that you people will know well in advance. Oh, interesting. Twirling, sorry, spelling. Laser train, no problem. Cool, can't wait to hear that. Back? You have my email right. Yes, I do. The live show is definitely a big plus. I agree. Yeah, I agree, mate. Infinity / Space Hulk. Yeah, I very much agree that the train would be very Infinity-esque. Or, yeah, Space Hulk would be good for that, too. For new terrain, would you consider the mats? I actually would. Now, here's the problem. You can't see this, that I filmed this. The table that actually supports my pieces is actually a 6x3 table. And so if you ever come and play Battle Report against me, you'll notice 6 inches on each side of the table, the pieces of the Citadel Realm of Battle table are sticking out 6 inches on each side. And it's for that reason I can't yet purchase the mats, because otherwise the mats will just flop over and I don't have a 6x4 table anymore. So I plan to hopefully build a 6x4, just a tabletop in the future to put over my table, and then I can start using the mats. Nightwing says, are you bringing any models for Adepticon? Do you mean playing or painting? Playing for sure. I'll definitely bring a 40k army. I'm bringing some knights for their knight event. They're doing like an Imperial Knight versus Imperial Knight event. I'm doing that. And for painting, I haven't decided yet. I'm working on a model right now, but I don't think it's going to be up to the level that's worthy of the crystal brush. So if so, I might have to switch models. We'll see. But I really want to paint a chibi model. That's my goal, to paint a chibi model with the crystal brush. I wish there was some sort of Gen Con in the UK. It seems like the US has all the good events, other than, I think, Warhammer Worlds event would be amazing. Or do they still have, is that the One Games Day? Could be in UK. But I agree. US has a lot of the good events. You guys have like Warhammer Day. That's what I said too. What do you think of the Horse Heresy set from Games Workshop? I think it's cool. The game, I really think that they should expand upon it very quickly. Very quickly. Take advantage of people's excitement for 30K and get some GW, plastic, easy to assemble 30K guys, and then that would mean that the game would take off. Because the biggest problem I'm having, and a lot of people have it too, is dealing with Forge World, right? The resin, the cost is just a lot to build a 30K army up. But I think the game's awesome. And now I have 2 reasons to go visit Nottingham. Yes. Yeah, playing. Yes, for sure playing. I'll be bringing an army. I haven't decided which one yet. I brought Grey Knights last year, so I'll probably not bring them this year. We'll see. But I'll for sure bring an army. And I'll be definitely up for games. I'm really hoping there's going to be some open gaming. If there is, I really hope so. I really hope there's some open gaming, because 2 years ago there wasn't. Last year there was, because of the awesome people at Cracked Earth Studios. What do you think of the resurgence of Mordheim? Cool. I'm glad it's really coming back. I really appreciate Ash. He's been doing some more Mordheim, I'm pretty sure. Something just died. Am I still going? Let's see. Yep, I'm still going. Sorry, just my computer screen died for a second. I don't know if you heard the doo-doo. Agreed, especially from orcs from 30K would be amazing. Jay, can I come to England with you? If I go to England, Grove, for sure. We'd go to England and have a good time. My wife might have to come too, because she really always wanted to go to England. But for sure, in a heartbeat, I'd go with Grove. For chibi miniatures, I say cool minis or not, and Super Dungeon Explorer. Yes. Great choices. The Orcs need a new codex so badly. Unfortunately, they're 7th edition. They're already a 7th edition codex, so they're not getting one for a while. Also, have Salute in UK. Cool. Whoa, comments are going really fast. I can't keep up with them right now all of a sudden. What was it? Thank you for all your videos you've made. I've learned a lot. You're awesome. Thank you very much, Demon Jester J. I'm glad you. I really love. It really feels awesome when people say that they love my videos and that they actually helped, because that's my goal. I know I may not be I tend to think of myself as the upper middle ground in a lot of areas, but not the best in each one. You know, like there are some insanely awesome painting tutorials out there, and I do my best to make sure I can make them as best as I can, but I can't top some of them. And I know that like Dave and Miniwargaming is even crazier than I am, and that's cool. I'm just trying to be myself, but produce the best videos I can in each type that I do. And it really helps. It really feels amazing, and it keeps me going, hearing that people find value in what I do. Yeah, Ash and Owen have been playing a lot. Yes, it's really cool. I'm glad that people are playing it. The more these games get attention, the more they'll keep coming back, and that's awesome. Yes, Treason was in Nottingham. Yeah, playing. What do you think of Mordheim? Whoops, where am I? Orcs new codex. Yep. Oh, there we go. Also, Salute in UK, which all things wargaming, and it's getting bigger each year. Very cool. Yeah. Ash and Owen been playing a lot. Yes. Yep. Still going. There we go. Excellent. GW canceled Games Day 2 years ago. Oh, that sucks. Yep. Orc Codex is no longer available in the UK. Really? Are we getting a new codex? It's 7th edition. That's odd. It's still available in French and enhanced in Canada. Les Orcs. Oui. Le Wa. Interesting. Grove and Grove. You may have brought some interesting words of wisdom. Conspiracy. Yeah. Thank you very much, Brent. That's Conspiracy Media Codex way more. Sorry, everyone else. That's true. I other than Adeptus Sororitas, I agree. Chaos Space Marines really, really need a new codex. Completely agree. One more player would hope so. I'll be bringing an army to hopefully get some games in, since I won't be doing the tournament. I might try the X-Wing tournament. Excellent. Let me know, Nightwing. I'd gladly film a battle report with you. Chaos Space Marines would be first. Everyone agrees, but GW. Yeah. Yeah, looks like Chaos Space Marine Army sitting and not getting many wins anymore. Thomas M. You and Dave should do a bat rep in the future. Would be fun to watch. I would definitely plan to. If I ever get a chance, what I typically do is I've been going down with Miniwargaming with, other than the last opportunity, I couldn't get down there when Grove and Cody Rue went up to see him. But it's always fun. We like to get together. I'd love to film a video with Dave again, because we had so much fun. Every time I filmed with Dave, we had nothing but fun. Dave is a really good guy, and he's a genuinely good guy who likes people, and he's a lot of fun to film with. Especially when I have the crazy eyes dice. I've been making a bunch of terrain for Mordheim that should also work 40k, and it's just foam board ruined buildings. Excellent. Glad to hear that. Orc Codex also gone here, Germany. Ooh. Chaos Space Marine gets no love. God, we need a codex update ASAP. Yep. You should come to Scotland. It's a huge 40k community. I would love to go back to Scotland, James, and I would love to one day. I've actually backpacked the entire country. Like, I went all the way up to the Orkney Islands to, everywhere. Other than I skipped a tiny bit of the south, but I spent days in Glasgow, Edinburgh, Skye, Orkney, Limerick, not Limerick, because that's Ireland, St. Andrews. Like, I went around the entire country. It was so much fun. Scotland's a beautiful place. I really liked, I went to Islay for a while. So needs some major loving. Yep. New models, new everything. Yep. You going to get that new Knight Atropos? Probably. Knight Atropos. You're amazing when you misplace their models and they go, why is my tail on the board? Yeah. I did that at the tournament I recently went to. It was a lot of fun. I love to move things. It's fun. Did I double post? No. I might have just misread it twice. Seems like the awesome guys are in Canada. Time to move up north. We're fun. There's something probably in the water. Brent, true. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, unfortunately, everyone, it is 10:30, and I promised my wife I would go join her. So it is 10:30. I must call it. But thank you, everyone, for watching this live show today and being a part of it. And I promise I'm going to bring it back. And as I said, I'm going to try to constantly change up the time slightly to take advantage of different communities around the world. So that way, the Europeans don't have to watch it at 2 a.m. their time or 3 a.m. their time. And yeah, and then the Australians get to watch it and everyone gets to watch it. So thank you, everyone, for being a part of this live show. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great night. Thank you for leaving your comments and being a part of it. I just love this. Live shows are so much fun, and I keep forgetting how awesome they are to be able to interact with you directly. Other than meeting people at conventions and in person, this is obviously a very close second for the awesomeness of getting to interact with people. So thank you, everyone out there, for this live show. I really hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more. Till next time, this is Jay saying happy painting. And I'm out.